Welcome back. We are on the Carvana Grandstand court. Match has just started between Fed Staksrud and Noe Khlif. I am Dave Schwannis, and I'm joined in the booth by Ryan Fu, who's on his second 2-hour stint here in the booth.
Oh yeah, happy to be here.
And we are in the round of 16.
2-0. Point.
Match got started a little bit before we were expecting, so apologize for you at home that maybe didn't get an introduction, but Noe's off to a hot start here, up 3-0.
Big serve there. These
Really-
two always feel like have a good match when they play.
4-0.
Yeah, Noe's got a really unique kind of catty-mousey game at times that can cause problems.
Side out.
But Fed is about as hot as they come, coming off of a couple of wins at Worlds in both men's doubles and singles. Had a really tighty win in the round of 32 against Golden and
0-4.
2 straight games.
Yep, also just regained that #1 in the world ranking. So
Yep.
definitely feel like he wants
1-4.
to solidify that with a win here would be good for him.
Point. Two, 4. Point.
What a fake there by Fed. Whole
Yeah.
body's going left and then just drops it.
I love it when they do that, where they contort their body and look like you're going one way. And
3-4.
wow, what a great point there.
Just some side-to-side running over and over again.
It's quite tiring just to watch people play singles at that level because they're expending so much energy going back and forth. It's no wonder why they go to the towel timeouts quite a bit.
Side out.
I know Noe had a little tougher match in the last round. He took him 3 games to take out his opponent. Looking at the head-to-head record here between these two combatants, Staksrud leads the head-to-head matchup 6-0. So Noe's looking for his first win against Fed.
Last time they played, 6-2 for Fed. Ooh,
Point.
just out there. So maybe I was wrong about their matches are usually good.
They probably had some close ones, but
Yeah.
stylistically, it's a fun matchup to watch for sure.
Side out.
We are coming to you from Lakeland, Florida. It's about 82 degrees right now. Ryan and I are underneath a little tent, but it's quite warm.
4-4.
I'm getting a nice tan under here.
Yep, getting a tan under the tent.
Point.
Pretty light breezes, a little bit of a breeze, but probably only less than 10 for sure, probably 5 miles an hour, and a few clouds, but it's pretty much completely sunny skies.
Point.
Good combo there from Noe. Just the drip into a nice roll out of the air.
Yeah, he's looking really good right now.
6-4. Point. Timeout receiver, 7-4, 1 minute.
Game of this round of 16 match between Federico Staksrud and Noe Khlif. Noe's off to a nice start here, up 7-4. And he's got the ball in his hand, so he's looking to
Time in.
potentially close out this first game against Fed, having never beaten him in 6 matches.
Side out.
Oof.
And here's the career record of Federico Staksrud, 244 and 62. So very impressive win percentage.
Nice point from Federico there. Covers that net so well.
Didn't overhit that overhead either. He just placed it in a good spot and gets the ball back.
5-7.
Actually, he gets a point there. Only down 2 now.
Yeah.
Side out.
Here's Noe's career record of 55 and 34. So 611 win percentage, 618 win percentage. So he wins about 6 out of every 10 times he plays. Fed's 8 out of every 10 times.
Oh,
Point.
he's fine. Breaking Fed's ankles.
Exactly. You see that a lot in basketball, and you can also see it in pickleball.
8-5. Side out.
It's been a lot of Noe running side to side. Fed at the net also covering a lot of court, but we'll see if this strategy can continue for Noe. He's playing great right now.
They both can cover a lot of court, that's for sure.
Side out. Eight, 5. Side out.
Federico approaching the net very well right now. Getting a lot of overhead opportunities, but hasn't been able to put it away on a serve so far. Stuck on 5.
5-8. Side out.
Few too many third shot drive unforced errors from him. Not very characteristic at all.
8-5.
Wow.
Noe
Point.
taking advantage
Those
of
were
that.
some great drops that Noe hit to get up to the net and put that last one away. That was beautiful. 2 points here from the first game.
9-5. Side out.
Good close there from Fed. He needs some points on the board right now.
5-9. Point. Six, 9. Point. Timeout receiver,
Quick
7-9.
timeout.
That's a good timeout by Noe. Hello? Booth?
Time in. 7-9.
All right, we're back here in action. Oh, great passing shot there by Noe. Again, a good use of a timeout there. Gets in the ball back and see if he can close out this first game.
9-7. Point.
It's just amazing how the high-level singles players, how much they can anticipate where the opponent's going with those shots and
10-7.
cover angles and seem to always be in the right position. He wins about 1 out of every 3 times when he loses the first game, so that gives Noe a nice advantage.
10-2. Time in. 0-0.
Here's Fed serving, down a game.
Side out.
Fed with some uncharacteristic third Shot drive misses. Here we have a stat here. After winning the first game, Noe 44 and 10, 81% win percentage there. So
0-0.
odds based on the stats, but also 0 and 6 against Federico.
Yeah, I would say it's probably a coin flip as to who wins this match right now, given Noe won the first game. And Fed obviously being the #1 ranked player in singles in the world. Has more than enough capability of coming back in this match.
0-0.
Oh my gosh,
Point.
that was crazy. Look at the replay there. That's just a great shot by Fed on the run, going across court. No chance for Noe to get even close to that one.
1-0. Side out. Zero, 1. Side out.
Noe with the early classic tactic.
Trying to buy the call, and Fed says no, that one was out.
Side out.
Yeah, sometimes, Ryan, I know in the last round, Noe had a tougher match. He had to go 3. Fed had a fairly easy 2-game win over Golden. So sometimes when you kind of first face adversity like Fed is, it's got to raise your level and figure out a way to come back here against Khlif.
For sure.
1-0. Point.
He's been in this situation so many times that he's not going to be too affected by it. It's just he knows he needs to increase the level here for this game too, and that's exactly what he's doing.
And he certainly, I don't think anybody works harder on the tour than Fed in terms of on and off the court to be the best player he can be.
Three, 0. Point. Timeout receiver, 4-0.
And with that, Noe is going to take a timeout here, down 4-0 in this game too. Fed's come out much sharper here, I would say, in the second game, and
now back to serve up 4-0 in the second.
4-0.
Wow.
Point.
Fed's certainly showing more emotion here in this game.
5-0. Side out.
Good drip there from Noe to just get it low enough. Fed to miss that ball. He's got some work to do to come back in this second game here.
0-5.
Ooh.
Point.
These guys slide so well.
Yeah, sliding on cement is not easy.
1-5.
Although I'm sure both of these guys,
Point.
having their tennis backgrounds, have some experience probably playing on clay, and that's where they probably learned how to slide. And just hope you don't tear an
2-5.
Achilles or something, or tear a knee.
Balls in. Point. There's no challenges. This isn't a challenge court at the moment. No challenges. Not today.
So Fed called that one out. The ref overruled him. Ryan, from my angle, it looked in, but what do I know?
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I thought it was in.
It sounded like Noe was pretty confident. Wow. And he's back, 4-5. Couple passes, singles. Game of runs. Federico with the quick timeout there. Oh, never mind. I lied.
So Fed does get the ball back, up 1 here in the second game against Noe Khlif.
5-4. Point. 6-4.
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful. Fed hit a pretty good volley there deep into the corner, but Noe was there and more than enough time to take it back cross court for a clean winner. Gets the ball back down 2.
I'm wondering if the shade on this court is having any effect on these guys' vision. Not that it looks like it, but
Yeah, I've always kind of wondered if, you know, if it's an advantage to be hitting from the shade into the sun or the sun into the shade, but
4-6.
it's probably got a little impact on play from time to time.
yeah, I think it'd be sun into shade would be the advantage. It'd be harder.
I agree.
It's harder if the ball, right as you're hitting it, changes from the
I
sun
agree.
to the shade.
6-4.
Certainly from a total points perspective, that side has been, the sunny side's been the one with better results so far, so see if that holds here for the rest of this match.
7-4. Point. Timeout receiver. 8-4.
Yeah, it's going to result in the timeout here by Noe Khlif. He got back within 1, but now he's down 4 and takes a timeout to slow the momentum of Fed. Here's the men's draw. As you're looking at the draw here, you have 4 people already advancing to the quarterfinals. You have Kaysen Campbell, who had a nice win there against Yvonne in the last round. You're going to have a matchup of Connor Garnett and Roscoe Bellamy in the quarterfinals. And then at the bottom of the draw, you have Luca Mack, who was it's tough to see here, the 41st seed. Took out a buddy of mine, Tom Protzek, in the first round. He took out Tama in the last round. So he's going to make it all the way to the quarterfinals. Ryan, I don't know if you've played much with Luca, but hasn't played a lot on the tour, but he's
15 seconds.
from Germany.
Timeouts. 2 timeouts.
He's had a lot of success, I think, on the Challenger Tour. He's won a couple of singles titles on the Challenger Tour, and here he is in the quarterfinals of the Lakeland Open.
Yeah, I've seen his name in the singles draw a bunch. Definitely the challengers. Fortunately, he beat my doubles partner this week, Tama, the 14-year-old GOAT. Also a great singles up-and-comer, of course, as he's about half my age.
9-4.
And you're not exactly old.
Side out.
So Noah's going to have to dig in here and kind of make a last stand if he wants to get back in this game. Probably needs 2 or 3 on this serve, I think, to have a realistic shot of overcoming this 5-point deficit.
3 would be ideal.
3 would be great, yeah. If you're Noe,
That's not ideal.
that would be 0.
That would be, yeah.
Nine, 4. Point.
Bringing us to game point here. Send it to a third.
Little net love there from Fed, but hasn't been a lot of net love or a lot of net action in this game. Usually it comes into play more than this, but it's been pretty clean with the net perspective.
And that'll do
Point
it.
game, 10 gems.
Federico Staksrud bringing it to a game 3 versus Noe Khlif.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Veolia Lakeland Open. We're in a round of 16 matchup between
Side out.
Federico Staksrud and Noe Khlif. First game went to Noe Khlif, 11-7. Second game went to Fed,
0-0.
11-4.
Point.
See who can get out to an early lead here in this third decisive game. The side that Noe's on has been the one that's been
1-0.
doing better, hitting from the sun into the shade. Wow, that's so good by Noe. That is so good. You got to hit a lot of good shots, Ryan, in this match to win a point.
Yeah. Long rallies here.
Side out.
It seems to be whoever's making more of these third balls, getting up to that kitchen first, is winning the game.
1-0.
Those first few shots in every rally matter so much.
Point.
Misreturn there.
2-0. Side out.
Fed is giving max effort out there, for sure. They both are. A lot of grunting, groaning, panting. Getting to every ball.
0-2.
Big serve there.
So in going to we're going to give you a stat here in a second after this point.
Point.
So in decisive third games, Fed is 62-38. And Noe Khlif is 14-14, I think, for the graphic they showed. So on that basis, Fed's got a better record in these third games.
Point.
Here's Noe again. He's, sorry, 14-16, so a little under 500 in
3-2.
decisive third games of his singles matches.
Point. Timeout receiver, 4-2.
Okay. Noe up 4-2. Fed calling a timeout.
I think withdrew from this tournament. He was supposed to be here, but he's withdrawn.
4-2.
So he's not playing in the men's singles draw this week.
Side out.
Good hold there on that backhand. Noe starts to move left and he just places it to the other side of the court.
Another example of a timeout that works in terms of getting him a side out,
2-4.
getting the ball back.
Point.
Yeah, Ryan, I think when you're playing in 83-degree weather and they're both exerting a lot of energy, they're sweating a lot, conditioning does come into play in these three-game matches. I think these guys are both in really great shape, but
3-4.
you got to dig deep.
For sure. Yeah.
Singles matches takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I'd say as the day goes on, definitely you start to feel it more and more. These first few rounds, these guys,
4-3.
you know, they're definitely sweating a lot, but they got the legs to play.
Also important to that point where closing out your matches, earlier matches in 2 games instead of 3 conserves your energy. So
For sure.
Fed only had to play 2 games. Noe had to play 3 in the last round, and that does make a difference for sure.
Point.
And that ties this third game up to right up at 4-4. They'll switch sides at 6.
4-4.
Oh my!
Wow.
That is just
Side out.
that is so fun to watch a point like that, Ryan. Just they both. I don't know how many shots there were in that point, but they both hit a lot of shots that would have been winners against a lot of players. But they're super great point between these two that Noe prevailed on. Got the side out. Fed took a timeout, and now we're back in action with Noe serving
Time in.
at 4-4.
4-4.
Fed really wants this one. They both want it, but Fed's
4-4.
certainly showing lots of emotion during the points. Wow.
Side out.
Such a good point by both of them, but Noe hits a nice two-handed backhand winner down the line and gets the ball back. Let's see who can get ahead here in this game. Up tied at 4. That sails along. Again, we'll switch sides here once somebody gets to 6.
This is big.
Yeah, I think
Noe
Noe needs to get to 6, yeah, because he's going to the side that hasn't been as good on the shadowy side.
Side out.
He'll be serving here down 1 at 4-5.
4-5. Side out.
I mean, in terms of Ryan, you know, the players that like to play the cat and mouse game, I'd put Noe up there in the top 5 of ones that just love to do the cat and mouse. Fed's certainly up there as well.
Yeah, both these guys definitely like that cat and mouse game, so that's
Yeah.
why you're seeing so many prolonged points in this one.
Yeah, they don't sit back and just bang from the baseline. They want to get a nice drop and get up there and move each other around. We've been locked here in a 4-4. Actually, I'm sorry, Noe did take the lead there, 5-4, but it's been
4-5.
quite a bit of side outs as we've gotten here in this game.
Side out. Side out.
A lot of back and forth now.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to win a point on your serve right now at this point in the match. I think if Fed gets to 5 or 6 at the change ends, I think he's going to be in pretty good shape. Oh my gosh.
Side out.
The amount of balls these guys can get to is just crazy.
Yeah.
They might be as fast as you, Ryan. I'm not sure. I've seen you run around the court as well, but
I don't think they're as fast, but they're definitely better at singles.
you'll take him in a foot race.
I'll take them in a 20-yard dash.
Okay. Okay.
Singles, head-to-head, not good.
4-5. Side out.
Jeez, we've been locked in a side-out battle here for a while. I mean, it was 4-4, and then Noe did get to 5, but there's probably been
Probably 10 side outs.
probably 10 side-outs in the last, yeah, 11 rallies.
5-4.
Wow, that was nice.
Just carves it up the line.
So see if Fed can finally break out of this 4 that he's been on for 10 minutes.
4-5.
And he finally gets off the 4 and makes it a tie match here at 5.
Great pass.
Next point we have in this match will result in changing sides.
5-5.
Oh my goodness.
Side out.
Oof.
Fed had the entire court behind Khlif to go to, and he pushed it wide.
Sometimes when you have too much time,
Yeah,
you end up
too much time and too much space. You
aiming too close to the line there.
5-5.
Oh my. Get your hours in that you need to for commentating, which is great. But let's see who can dig down deeper here and take this third game in the match and move on to the quarterfinals.
6-5.
Oh my goodness.
That's
What
just
a
insane.
point. That is just. I'm almost speechless here, Ryan, watching a point like that.
It's just suicides back and forth.
And the court coverage they both have. And really the similar, I mean, they're basically playing almost the identical game against each other in terms of the cat and mouse and
7-5.
anticipating each other's shots. It's like a mirror image of each other.
Yeah, even in men's doubles, these two have pretty similar games actually, which is pretty interesting.
I know Noe is the 13th seed, but he's a really dangerous 13th seed with how he plays singles. He's a very, very good player. And Fed has everything he can handle here to win this match and move on to the quarterfinals, which we played later today.
5-7.
Oh, okay,
wide.
Noe
Side out.
pulling away a little bit.
That's a side out, so he'll be serving up 7-5. So he, in this game, 2-point lead is a lot. It's been nip and
7-5.
tuck the whole way in this third game.
Point.
Okay. Fed, I believe, has already used both of his timeouts too in that first game.
He definitely used one at 4-4 in this game. I know. I don't know if he's used another one, but yeah, he may be out of timeouts. He can still use his free challenge timeout if they have those.
Wow.
Point.
Wow.
Point.
Oh my goodness, he curved that one back in.
And that brings us to match point.
This would certainly be a pretty sizable upset. I know Noe's
10-5.
a very capable player, but let's see if he can close it out here.
Ooh.
Side out.
Fed does a nice little deceptive overhead there to get that one. And like we said earlier, Fed has a 6-0 record against Noe Khlif, so he's never lost to him in 6 matches, and he's down 5, but he's never out of it.
5-10.
All right, another match point.
Yeah, I would say from just an error perspective, Noe has made hardly any errors this whole game, and there's been a couple from Fed sprinkled in, and Noe's played almost a perfect third game here to get this 5-point lead and chance again at match point. Again, Fed gets the side out and a chance to try to eat into this 5-point gap.
5-10. Side out.
Nope. He'll get another shot at it.
Yeah, this I think is his 3rd chance here to close out this match, up 10-5. So they go for a quick towel timeout, and
yeah, those first 2 match points, he was slightly more tentative than the ones before. I want to see him really go for it here.
Yep.
10-5.
Oh man.
Side out.
And when he hit that one, it almost made it look like he was going to get it stab it in, but it was definitely well long, and Fed is not going to go away easily. Ooh, wow, that's a beautiful shot by Fed. He rolls the backhand back behind Noe Khlif and gets a 6 point on the board. Now he's down 4. I think Ryan, a couple more points here and you start feeling that scoreboard pressure. The 4-point lead feels pretty good.
I think if he loses another point, he calls a timeout.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Side out.
Not right now.
Nope. So this is another shot here to close this match out. I'm going to predict he does it on this point, Ryan. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that this is the point right here. 4th time might be the charm.
Point, game,
wow.
And just like that, Noe Khlif takes down Fed Staksrud, the #1 men's singles player in the world, with a nice 11-6 game 3. And